We got to get out of this hotel room this morning, so I've got to get packed up. I am headed out to throw our trash away, and it reminded me that the owner, the manager, the people who run this place asked me why. He said, or I don't guess he really asked, but he said, your rooms are always so clean when you leave. No trash, all the dirty clothes, the sheets and blankets and towels are all in one pile for us. And I told him, I said, yeah, you know, you're already giving us this place at a good deal. You know, we're renting the room for less than half of what we could rent a room for anywhere else. So it's my way of saying thank you. And not only that, I do that pretty much anywhere, because I would prefer just to take the extra minute to take my own trash out and pile the dirty clothes up for somebody else who is having to clean up after me. So you don't really have to clean up after me. We are almost out of here, but look at this. I want to show you what it takes. I want to show you what we carry with us when we travel around for these weeks at a time. The back of this car is slap full with our suitcases and book bag. This cooler here, however, is a new addition that I just bought. This whole black tote right here carries all my camera stuff. So my drones and my extra cameras and my GoPros and all my chargers, even my cell phone charger, my laptops, all that stuff all go inside of that black tote. And I take that with me everywhere we go, so I'm always prepared in case I need to record something. This is where Bella sits, here in the back. And I even have my cooler. Yes, I did fill it up with ice again today. It is time for the infamous once over, and then time to get on the road. Somebody's trying to tell me she's ready to go. Are you ready to go? Is that it? Are you ready to go? Is that the problem? You ready to go? You ready to go? My car is getting something to drink right now. And then we are hitting the road, headed back to Montgomery. Tonight, my daughter has her first softball game of the year. And I am helping coach, so I have to be there too. At any rate, we are now officially getting on the road, headed home.
King of the road, trailer of sailoring, man, trailer of sailoring, ain't got no cigarettes, but trailer of sailoring.
We have made it home, and I have changed clothes into my coaching shirt. Now we're gonna get to the ball field. We're at softball game now. I stepped out to get a drink, take a break for a second while our team is out in the infield. Hopefully this will turn into a good game.
Trailer of sailoring.
Game 1 is in the books, but today is a doubleheader. So we won the first one 8-1, 9-1. And the second one will be getting started here in 5 or 10 minutes. So we are ahead 12-3 right now. I guess maybe 10 or 15 minutes left in the game. Not much longer. We're back home. We won both of our games significantly. The first one was 9-1, and the second one was like 13 or 14-2, something like that. So they were both good games, and they picked up right where we left off last year, because that's how we won all of our games last year. And I do feel bad for the other teams because it's little girls softball, but also, you know, my daughter's on this team, so I want her to win. Before we end this, there is two things that I want to talk to you about. I'm sure all of you have heard of Patreon. I know this isn't going to a plug for my Patreon. I do that at the end of every video anyways, with this little clip here. That's not where I'm going. Patreon. The guy who started it, who founded Patreon, his name is Jack Conte. Well, he put out a video yesterday, and it's a pretty compelling video, and I definitely think all of you should watch it. Basically, Casey Neistat introduced this new product, 368, that it's a new business idea that he had that he wants to grow into something. And the guy, Jack Conte from Patreon, saw that and he wants to work with him. So he went and bought a plane ticket and then made a video asking for a few minutes of Casey's time.
Call it a company, but I'm not sure what the business is behind it yet. I'll figure that out later.
That's why we wake up in the morning. That's why we come to work. That's why we're on planet Earth, for that very reason. That's what this is about. This is it. This is it, Casey. This is it. I'm asking for 50 minutes of your time, just you and me, so I can explain this idea, and I hope you're down, because I already bought my plane ticket. So if you're not, I'm gonna be really lonely on Thursday in New York.
I will link that video in the description below, so if you want to go watch the whole thing, it's a really good video. He did a really good job with it, way better. You know, his editing skills are up there with Casey Neistat's. The video is called Dear Casey Neistat, from the CEO of Patreon, and I really enjoyed the video, and I actually look forward to, if they do work together, what they come up with. I'm gonna sit down tomorrow and figure out my plans for the next week. I know there's several places that I want to go that I need to leave from my house to go to instead of Gadsden to go to, so we can see. But I am planning on visiting a bunch of places next week that we haven't seen and getting to see some pretty cool new stuff. Tomorrow I can't leave and go anywhere really, because I have a doctor's appointment and my daughter has a softball practice. I also have some work to do here, because I download the music that I use in these vlogs, and I'll download it and I'll go through and I'll use them all. But because we've been on the go so much, I've had to reuse songs, and I would prefer to keep as new as possible. So while I'm here in town tomorrow, and I have a doctor's appointment, like I said, and we have softball tomorrow night, in between that time I'm going to use it to do some work, like downloading some more music. I'm also working on learning a new editing software so that I can present to you better edited vlogs. So I will do that in my middle part of the day tomorrow, between everything I got going on. We're gonna say like Friday and Saturday and on, we're gonna start going to some places away from home again. So that's about all I've got for today. You know, it's been a long day, the traveling and coming in and then having to do all the softball. One last thing that I want to say before we end this video: be nice. There's no reason that you need to be mean and rude and cruel to each other. There's no reason at all. It takes more energy to be mean to somebody than it does to be nice. And it's no reason that everybody has to be negative. And if you're negative and in a bad mood, there's no reason that you need to pull other people down with you. So that's all I'm gonna say. Just keep that in the back of your mind. Be nice to people, and that niceness will be returned in the long run. And you'll live a much happier, stress-free, positive life. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you again tomorrow, even though, as I said, I won't be leaving Montgomery for tomorrow's episode. But I will see you tomorrow. I hope you have a great night.
Sailoring. Ain't got no cigarettes, but trailer for sailoring. Give me, don't pay no. Trailer for sailoring. Trailer for sailoring. Ain't got no trailer for sailoring. Give man of me, by no means. Give the road. Trailer for sailoring.